Hi everyone, John Mitchell here, Mayor of New Bedford, and this is another installment of the Mayor's Weekly Update. So a few different types of updates today. So the first is that the first barge with all the offshore wind components, a full set of offshore wind components, is heading out to the project site. This will be the first windmill put together in America's first commercial scale offshore wind project. It's a big deal, and there'll be many more. There'll be another 61 to go after that. But take a look at it. It's a big moment for the industry, and especially for New Bedford as this industry kicks off, and that's a really good thing for us and an interesting sight to see. And again, if you haven't had a chance to get down to the waterfront, just take a look at these components. Give that a try when you have a second. The second thing that I wanted to talk about today is that we're moving ahead on housing developments. You've seen some of the news, of course, on the development of downtown and other housing apartment buildings. And we've just moved on a couple of other potential housing sites as well in some of our older schools. The Taylor School as well as the Kempton School are now being transferred from the school department to the city in order to advance the possibility of housing in those neighborhoods. We want to make sure that it's done the right way for the neighborhoods, but again, we're looking for every opportunity to build housing where we think it'll add to neighborhoods as well as to the city's housing shortage overall. The last thing I just want to say today is I just got back from Horta, on the island of Fayal in the Azores, on a trip that has been a long time in coming. And I have to say that I know so many people in our city of Azorean descent, and in some ways I think a trip to the Azores is a prerequisite for doing the job that I occupy. But it was quite eye-opening and a great learning experience for me. We have a sister city arrangement with the city of Horta, and that just celebrated its 50th anniversary. It was put in place 50 years ago by Mayor John Markey at the urging of then City 5 Councilor Manny Neto. So that was a big moment. And the other thing we celebrated was the 65th anniversary of the passage of the Azorean Refugee Act. In 1957, 1958, Capelinos volcano erupted on the island of Fayal and ruined the agriculture of the island and displaced a lot of folks. And in a bill sponsored by, among others, Senator John F. Kennedy of Massachusetts, the bill emerged that became known as the Azorean Refugee Act that led to a wave of immigration from the Azores, from which we in New Bedford in particular have benefited greatly. Such a big part of the population over there moved here, and much to our benefit here. I just got a kick out of the fact that when you go to the Azores, everybody knows where New Bedford is. My cab driver asked me when I was going to the airport, where are you from? And I didn't say the United States, I said New Bedford, and he knew exactly where it was, which is a pretty cool thing. But everybody over there has a great respect for our city, and it's a tremendous connection, and one that I think will continue to pay dividends for New Bedford and for them for a long time. So I'm fortunate and grateful that I had the opportunity to do that. With all that, this has been the Mayor's Weekly Update. We'll see you next week.